President.
Wow, they have information by the ton? I only need a couple ounces, man.
Movies, schedule, doctors, local attractions, even a section called Who You Gonna Call for plumbers and painters and stuff like that. These guys own cyberspace.
Wow, man, they own it? What's cyberspace?
That's where they packaged 50,000 pages of information for the village residents.
Wow, they package it? Where?
Villages1.com.
Where, man?
Villages1.com.
All right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Remember a couple of weeks ago, wasn't there a story about John Hinckley Jr. being released from prison?
Yes.
What? Wasn't that story a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
Everything you never knew about that incident from 1981 is going to be told in a movie. And this movie is a 3-hour movie event. It's on the National Geographic Channel. It'll be on tonight, right? Tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Tonight. Yep. At 9 p.m., Rod Lurie is on the phone, and he is responsible. I think he's the director of this movie. The movie's called Killing Reagan.
Yep.
Rod Lurie, look at these credentials. He's an Academy Award and Golden Globe Award nominated writer, director, creator of the TV series Commander-in-Chief. You might have recognized that from Gina Davis. She won an award for that one. He's the writer and director of The Contender with Jeff Bridges and others. And Killing Reagan on tonight. Oh, my gosh. Rod Lurie, good morning, sir. How are you?
Hey, how are you? Yeah, it's on tonight, 9 p.m. on the East Coast in a National Geographic Channel.
Why? And do we learn things that we didn't learn already? I'm guessing we do.
I'll tell you, well, let me give you one example. I can give it to you because it opens the movie, and that is that John Hinckley tried to go after Jimmy Carter before he went after Ronald Reagan. Did not succeed.
Didn't know that.
You did not know that, did you?
No.
And no one else does either. So, and it's, you know, this film is impeccably accurate. You know, National Geographic has more researchers than Hillary has got people knocking on doors in your state. It's just unbelievable.
Really?
How well researched this is, yeah.
So were you able to talk to John Hinckley Jr. at all?
No. We didn't quite. We didn't invite him to the premiere either.
You didn't need.
But I'll tell you what. I did speak to the doctor who took the bullet out of Reagan, and I did speak to Ed Meese, and I did speak to the nurse who brought him in and took care of him. So there was a tremendous amount of attention put to detail there.
Do you know what I can't remember? Did anybody die in that shooting? I know that. Oh gosh. Brady was completely paralyzed for the rest of his life. Mm-hmm. I can't remember.
Well, one could argue everyone survived the shooting in 1981, but one could argue certainly that Brady's life was severely shortened by taking that bullet.
Yeah, absolutely, and ruined for the better part of whatever he had left in his life.
Yeah, and he did great things with with trying to get gun control legislation going, and he and his wife Sarah did, and very impressive, very impressive man.
Is this in conjunction with Bill O'Reilly?
Oh yeah, this is based on the O'Reilly book.
Oh.
And I got to tell you, I'm this kind of like, if you look at my movies, I'm a bona fide liberal. And so when my agent calls me and says, "Do you want to do the Bill O'Reilly book about Reagan?" I almost wanted to fire. But then I read the book, and the book is incredibly nonpartisan. In fact, it even is a little critical of Reagan at times. And so was the script. And so I felt that I really could do this and keep all my integrity intact. Well, it's a TikTok of an event more than it is any sort of political statement.
So as we watch this movie, after we're all done, what will we walk away saying, "Oh my gosh, I never knew that"? What stands out in your mind that would generate that kind of reaction?
Well, I'll tell you what. One thing that Donald Trump has done is he's made even Democrats nostalgic for Reagan, and I think that when you see this movie, you'll understand what it is that people could be nostalgic about. This guy had style, he had grace, and he was a real man. I mean, and I think what we're going to come away with is what it was that actually made him so appealing. He had 2 landslides. I don't know anyone's ever had 2 landslides.
Yeah, right.
Quite like.
Does the movie start at the day of the shooting?
No, it begins with the assassin with the stalking of Jimmy Carter, and we follow Hinckley as he buys guns, as he has guns taken away from him, and as his insanity deepens. He was obsessed with the actor Jodie Foster, and we sort of see that in action, and then we get to the assassination, and there are a few things you will see in movies that are so impeccably accurate to history as the assassination attempt and everything that happened to Ronald Reagan in the hospital. The other thing you don't know is how close he came to being dead. It was astonishingly close, a minute away from being dead.
Nancy Reagan is a huge character. She had a super marvelous persona and an effect on the American people. Is her character brought out real well?
Well, the Cynthia Nixon, who is one of the best actors in America, portrays her, and so that should be enough of an answer for you.
Oh, certainly.
But one of the things that really does come across here is this incredible love story between the Reagans. Listen, I just got remarried 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I'm just praying that my marriage, that I have the same devotion to Kira, my wife, as Nancy had to Ron, and vice versa. And it's that really was part of the reason why he survived.
Did the shooting noticeably change anything about the marriage?
Well, the shooting made him much stronger, right? Because he all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, he was always religious, but decided that God had spared him, and now he was that which does not kill you makes you stronger, and he really took control of things. So that, but Nancy sort of freaked out, and she became weaker, and she didn't want to let him out of the White House even, and she hired an astrologer, and she began to take control of his staff and of his schedule, and so it changed both of them dramatically. But I think it also reinforced how much they loved one another. You'll see when she gets to the hospital, how frazzled she is. And again, that is also extraordinarily accurately portrayed.
How important is the infatuation with Jodie Foster of Hinckley? Is that really an important element of this, or was that just newsworthy?
It was everything, absolutely everything to Hinckley. He was obsessed with her, and he was obsessed with the movie Taxi Driver, the Scorsese film. And you remember in that film, there's an attempted assassination of a political candidate, and so he thought that if he could replicate that would get Jodie's attention.
My goodness.
Yeah, no, it's that he actually spoke to Jodie Foster on the phone twice. A lot of people don't know that either.
Oh my gosh.
And the phone calls we'll hear in this movie are the actual phone calls. They're the exact transcripts, because he tape recorded them, so they were entered into evidence at his trial.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is cool stuff, guys. I mean, it's quite a movie.
So it's on tonight, 9 p.m. our time, Eastern time. Where are you calling from, Ron?
I'm calling from New Mexico. I'm creating a new TV series.
Oh wow! Well, it's an honor to have you on. Are the 3 hours all at once, or is it a 3-day thing?
It's actually 2 hours, and it's all at once. You'll see it all in one sitting.
2 hour, okay.
And
there's an hour worth of goodies on the online though, so we sort of makes up for it.
Oh, okay. And on the new series that you're creating in New Mexico, will that be televised soon?
Well, we'll see. It'll be. Hopefully, we'll get it on the air sometime next year. It's called Monsters of God, and it's a big, rousing western. So, if you're fans of that, then you've got a good show coming.
Wow.
It sounds like in Killing Reagan, you followed the important people and not Hinckley.
Hinckley is about 50% of it.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yeah, we follow Hinckley and we follow Reagan.
The movie's called Killing Reagan. It's on tonight on TV, on the National Geographic Channel, and the website is it?
Just go to nationalgeographic.com.
Okay, that's what I would have guessed, but I didn't want to say out of line. Rod, thank you for being on the air with us today. This sounds wonderful. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
It's a real pleasure.
Are you going to work with Bill O'Reilly again?
You know what? I never would have thought I would say this. Like a few months ago, I'd never say this, but Yeah, I'd love to work with Bill O'Reilly again. He's a fun guy and a good guy.
Oh, it's interesting. Interesting. Thank you, Rod. Thank you for being on the air with us today.
Okay, cheers. Bye-bye.
That was fun. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident.